Hey guys, Dr. Cary here, and today we're talking about smoothies. Smoothies are a great way to get nutrition. They're a quick way to get the nutrients you need, and if you're organized, you can get all the key nutrients in one smoothie. So I developed this smoothie recipe when I was on the 100-day diet. I write about that in the book that I published on Amazon called The 100-Day Diet. And in that dietary period, I developed a routine where I was intermittent fasting from 7 p.m. till 11 a.m. And then at 11 a.m. I would break the fast with a smoothie. So as time went on and I researched different products, I would put those products in a bin like this one. And then it was easy to take the bin out with my blender and be able to make a smoothie that would give my body the nutrition it needed, but also make me feel full so I didn't have to eat for a while. So right now I'm getting fairly hungry. I've been fasting, it's just past 11. And what I'm gonna do is show you how I make a smoothie. So you want a bit of a base to the smoothie, and I've got some Macadamia Nut Milk here. You can get this at Costco or some of the grocery stores now. And the Macadamia Nut Milk is great because macadamia nuts are some of the healthiest oils you can get. So macadamia nut oil is very healthy, and they're making this milk from the macadamia nuts. So on my container here, it shows me how many milliliters. I've got just over 200 milliliters of macadamia nut milk. And then I'm going to pour a little bit of filtered water in with it. So you want a little bit of a base to start with. I would put the liquids in first because when you start putting the powders in, sometimes they want to sink to the bottom and it kind of clumps things up on the bottom. So put the liquids in first. Now I'm going to be using a organic plant-based protein. You can get this at Costco as well. About 3/4 of a scoop of this protein will go in. So 3/4 of a scoop of the plant-based protein, and all the essential nutrients are on the back here. So if you're interested, on the back label, you have all the nutrients that you're getting from this protein powder. Most of the powders I tried were pretty good. Some of them had artificial sweeteners in them, like alcohol, sugars for the keto diet. They were good, but I eventually made my way over to the plant-based proteins and kind of shifted away from animal-based protein and fat. The next thing, speaking of fat, is you want to add some fat. So I've got omega-3 fatty acids, which is like fish oil with vitamin D in it. This is a brand new container, so I'm just going to pour some in there. You might want to measure. Here's a teaspoon. So you might want to have a measuring spoon, or you could have just a teaspoon and put 1 teaspoon of that fish oil in there, and it tells you on the back in 5 milliliters what the ingredients are and what the nutrients are. So I'm getting pretty much everything there, plus it's naturally flavored. It looks like with apples, this one. And it's got fish oil. It's got 4.53 grams of fish oil in 5 milliliters. It's got a EPA of 750 milligrams, DHA of 500 milligrams, and vitamin D3, 1,000 IUs. I want to top up my vitamin D, so I have vitamin D3 right here, and I'm just going to top my smoothie up with a few extra milliliters of that. So I'm going to put 3 more thousand IUs into my smoothie, and it's good to have extra vitamin D, especially right now. The weather's changing, not as much sunlight, and you can't produce as much vitamin D. So it's good to have it as a supplement. It keeps your body healthy and strong, your bones, and it helps your immune system. Speaking of immune system, vitamin C powder, put a little bit of that into my smoothie, about a teaspoon of vitamin C powder. And I use the Sisu brand of vitamin C powder. And vitamin B complex, or B50, I'm gonna put that in. And it comes in capsule form, so I just take the capsule and I break it up and pour the powder into the smoothie. So that's what I do with the vitamin B50. Okay. The next thing I wanted to show you is spirulina. It's a superfood, and I'm using this organic spirulina. I'm going to use a teaspoon of that as well in the smoothie. It turns it a nice green color, and it's really healthy. So spirulina goes into my smoothie. Here's one of the things that I just picked up actually, so I'd like to change this smoothie from time to time. And this is coconut pieces. So this is high in fiber. And I'm just gonna put some organic coconut chunks in here. Just a little bit of that to give my smoothie some fiber, okay? So I've put maybe 6 or 7 chunks in there. That's gonna give my smoothie a little bit of that coconut taste, which I really like. Plus it's got a ton of fiber. If I look at the back, it says it's got 4 grams of fiber in a 50 gram or half a cup serving. So that's really good. I've got collagen. This is marine collagen. I like collagen for hair, skin, and joints. I'm gonna put, the serving size here is 10 grams, and I'm putting half of this scoop in there. So before I put this scoop in, actually I'm gonna measure. I'm just gonna grab my scale. Just grab my scale, and I'm gonna measure on the digital scale how much I'm putting in there, because I haven't done that for a while, and I like to recheck the ingredients from time to time. So I'm just gonna put this on grams, and I'm gonna pour this in, and that is 5 grams right there. So that's half a serving of collagen that I'm putting into my smoothie. And I'm good with that. You might want a full serving of collagen in yours. And then this is organic clear fiber. It's Acacia Fiber, and it's certified organic gum acacia. I'm gonna put 5 grams of fiber in there. Now you could go up to 10 grams, that's a serving, but I'm just gonna scoop out, I'm gonna measure this as well. And I'm gonna put in just a little over 5 grams here of fiber into my recipe, okay? So there's that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is put a little bit more water on top just to dissolve some of the solids and get the container up to about 500 milliliters or 2 cups right there. Okay, then, oh, before I forget, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil because olive oil is healthy, and I'm going to put in approximately 2 teaspoons of that. So that's going to be 10 milliliters of olive oil. You would think it would be kind of off-putting as far as the taste goes, but I like it. It kind of froths up my smoothie a bit, and I know the olive oil is really good for the monounsaturated fatty acids. So I'm just going to put that in. Make sure the lid's on, you've got it closed, and then you just want to pulse it a little bit like this. And then I run it consistently. It's just gonna break up those, it's gonna break up the coconut chunks and make sure it's really smooth. And then you're ready to go. So that's how I make a smoothie. I do add variations from time to time, like the coconut chunks, but the base ingredients with the protein powder from plant sources, the oils, which are from fish, and olive oil. These are very good oils. A great way to start your day. Probably around 350, 400 calories in this smoothie, but that's fine. I'm usually eating around 1,600 to 1,700 calories a day right now. I do exercise, so that's perfect for me. And you might want to look into doing a smoothie for yourself. Get a personal blender like this. They're not that expensive. You can get them on Amazon. And then all these ingredients, most of them you can get on Amazon or your health food store. And if you want to know more about how I lost 30 pounds in 100 days, you can go on Amazon and order my book. It's called 100 Day Diet. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you next time.